Life Journey of a Pakistani Scientist by Professor Mohammad Kamal, Hebisham 2770. Narrated by Lex Marinos. In the 1960s, a Pakistani family was blessed with a weak boy underweight. Bypassing time, he was enrolled in a local primary school, where students were sitting on the ground in the classes. Bypassing time, he was enrolled in a local primary school, where students were sitting on the ground in the classes. Along with the physiological growth of his body, there was intellectual nourishment as well, reflected by the completion of his master's degree in chemistry, with specialization in biochemistry in 1986 from the chemistry department, Kamal University, Pakistan. On the basis of my first position in the MSc, Excellence in Biochemistry as an adult, I received an award to serve as an accomplished lecturer in the same department for 5 years. Thereafter, I was awarded a 5-year sabbatical overseas. A significant segment of my research career, 10 years, was spent within the Department of Biochemistry, King Saud University, Saudi Arabia, elucidating the interaction of various chemicals and drugs, both anti-cancer and anti-Alzheimer's agents, on the key enzyme acetylcholinesterase, which is fundamental to the nervous system function and life. Later on, I obtained a PhD in 1999 from the chemistry department, Islamia University, Bahawalpur, Pakistan. My research output culminated in more than 600 publications in internationally respected journals. The research was pivotal in supporting the development of the novel drug fencerine from the laboratory to the clinic via collaboration with Dr. Nigel H. Grigg. He's Chief of Neurosciences Section in the USA. This is exemplified by his pivotal involvement in the development of a new class of experimental drugs for the treatment of Alzheimer's disease as well. One day, coming out of the Pakistan embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, I saw many people coming and going to the neighboring new embassy building, which sparked my curiosity to figure out the reason for public interest there. Inside, I found it was the Australian embassy. At the counter, one lady asked, "How can I help you?" Nothing was on my mind specifically, so when she repeated the question, I became nervous as a long queue of people was waiting to be served and everyone could hear the conversations. "Do you have some information about Australia?" "Do you mean a package?" she asked. Yes." I was handed an A4 brown envelope package and asked to pay 30 riyals. I felt confused about whether to pay money because I was expecting free brochures and leaflets. Back in my car, I said to myself, why did I go there and waste money? Because I never spent money without good reason. At home, I opened the envelope and read the material. It included application forms for migration, but I put them aside for several months. Filling them out one day, I lodged them by paying Saudi riyals 1,500 as a lodgement fee, and then correspondence was initiated with the immigration office in Greece. I received advice to enter Australia before April 1998. At that time when we came here, the family missed Saudi Arabia, so after spending just 1 week, we flew back to Riyadh. We again migrated to Australia after gaining a prestigious U2000 postdoctoral fellowship in the year 2000 that was awarded by the University of Sydney School of Molecular and Microbial Biosciences. That 3-year highly competitive award supported 15 fellowships from some 300 applicants through the world and funded my research into inhibition of amidophosphoryl-transferase by new antifolates, design and mechanism of action of purine antagonists. My research within the University of Sydney was focused on the inhibition of the rate-limiting enzyme which catalyzes the first committed step of the de novo purine pathway. This is of critical and immediate relevance for the development of novel selective antifolate type inhibitors as effective anti-cancer drugs. I received a Hamdan Award for my original research article, A New, Simple and Economical Approach to Analyze the Inhibition Kinetics of Acetylcholinesterase using tolserine, which was published in 2002. I have developed radically new techniques that define useful new kinetic parameters to quantitatively elucidate the interaction between substrates, inhibitors, and enzymes that others are now routinely beginning to utilize. Such work is providing others the tools and knowledge to design the selective and effective medicines of tomorrow. Regarding my international awards, they include Young Researcher Award for attending the first Forum for European-Australian Science and Technology Cooperation event in 2001, a Competitive Travel Fellowship from the International Society for Neurochemistry for participation and presentation of their research at the 10th International Symposium on Cholinergic Mechanisms at Arcachon, France in 1998, and a competitive fellowship for the 3rd Regional Training Workshop on Plant Biotechnology at the Centre of Advanced Molecular Biology, University of Punjab, Pakistan in 1988. I was honoured as a member of the Australian Institute of Medical Sciences, the Royal Australian Chemical Institute, Inc., and the International Scientific Advisory Board of the International Institute of Anti-Cancer Research. In March 2011, I joined King Fahd Medical Research Centre, KFMRC, King Abdul Aziz University, Saudi Arabia, as a full professor, resigning in January 2013 to accept their offer of Distinguished Adjunct Professor. During my stay there, I established a research group of Fundamental and Applied Biology group, as well as the Research Unit of Metabolomics and Enzymology Unit. I served on KFMRC Publication Committee, KPC, and was selected as scientific member of Chair Yusuf Abdul Latif Jamil Therapeutic Applications in Prophet's Medicine. Moreover, still I serve as a guest editor of various prestigious journals' special issues on an honorary basis. No longer underweight, and seeing Jesus Christ in a dream and a couple of visions as well, I am nearing retirement, and plan to serve in the real estate sector, as well as with community services as a New South Wales JP. After reading my story, would you agree my life has been diverse? The end.